This live stream is sponsored in part by Tint Wiz. Tint Wiz is a CRM suite designed for window tinters. From acquisition to invoicing and everywhere in between, you can run your business more efficiently and more profitably with Tint Wiz. Check it out at tintwiz.com. You can also download it for iOS and Android. Don't forget your free 30-day trial at sign up. This live stream is also sponsored in part by Dry Shrink Prep. Dry Shrink Prep is the healthy alternative to dryer sheets. Made with 100% all natural ingredients, Dry Shrink Prep is changing the industry for the better, one shrink at a time. For more information and a purchase, go to dryshrinkprep.com. This live stream is also sponsored in part by Solar Effects Window Films. At Solar Effects Window Films, their goal is simple: make your car look hotter while keeping your interior cooler. Their automotive window films are manufactured with the most advanced technologies available, which allow them to deliver a broad range of products to meet your needs. Check out solareffectswindowfilms.com and find out why they're the fastest growing film company in the US. Lastly, this live stream is sponsored in part by you, the viewers. If you're watching on YouTube through the power of Super Chat, or if you're watching on Facebook through the link in the description, you're able to go ahead and donate to the channel. All proceeds go to help support the channel and are much appreciated. I've really been into the whole house. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream, Tuesday night live stream. Once again, every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you guys on YouTube, you can find me at Patrick Latman. Just type it in, formerly known as Window Tinting Business. For those of you that are on Facebook, either the Facebook group, or you can find me on the Facebook business page, Window Tinting Business as well. Welcome, guys, to the live stream. Big shout out here. We got Tint Pro in the house. What's going on? Cordoza, what's going on, brother? Welcome to see you again. Good to see you again. Jared Turner in the house. What's going on, guys? So I changed it up a little bit. I'm trying to I think I'm just going to drop the 5 minutes. Like live streamers, they always do like a 5 or 10 minute start, intro, everything, just because they want to give people time to kind of get in and just get the notifications and get in. But for the rebroadcast, they have to sit there for 5 minutes until or fast forward it. And I've noticed that the numbers will jump up and then they'll jump, and we got 22 people in the house and it's been 4 minutes, right? So that's awesome, right? So I just kind of want to get that momentum and keep that momentum going. If I throw the 5 minute timer up, people come in, they're like, oh, I'll be back, and they leave, and then sometimes they don't come back. So I want to try to keep as many people in here and just kind of get in, get to the point, and kind of do our thing. Washington, what's going on, man? Welcome to the live stream over there on YouTube. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, we got a lot of people in here, so welcome, guys. Tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about mobile units, and we're going to be talking about some of the options that you have available for you. My experience from what I've done over the last couple of months, and what I think, my thoughts about that, basically. So we'll go from there, and after which I'll go ahead and I'll open up the floor for some Q&As. If you guys have any questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms, now is the time. SP Diddy, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the live stream, man. Welcome, 1,000 welcomes. If you guys are on Facebook, I'm not sure you can do it with the group, but if you guys are watching on the business page, if you could take a moment to share it. The group one, you're not going to be able to share because it's a private group, so you won't be able to share it. But if you're a part of the business page, if you could take a moment to share that, and maybe even on YouTube, if you guys have a moment to share the content, either on your social media or anything else like that, it really does help me, just because it gets more people knowing. In the know, baby. In the know. For those of you guys that don't know, my name is Patrick Latman, newly Patrick Latman, formerly known as Patrick Boyer, formerly known as Window Tinting Business. So we do these live streams every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to find me right here in my home studio. And I try to sometimes open up for Q&A, sometimes we talk about particular topics, sometimes we do other crazy stuff. So for most of the time, we just talk about window tinting, the automotive aftermarket industry, different things of that nature. That's really my passion. Sometimes you guys might hop in and see me doing some gaming and stuff, especially if you see me on the YouTube. That's again just one of my passions as well too, just some fun and stuff. So big Tint Wiz in the house, one of our sponsors in the house. Well, what's going on, Tint Wiz? Thank you very much for joining us, appreciate it. Jason Jailoff, I hope I'm not saying that wrong. Hey, what's up? What's going on, brother? Welcome. Okay, so yeah, mobile units. So I purchased, you know, with the whole Sun Solutions project, I purchased a van, right? So you know, you know what, maybe we could just do this a little bit better if I pop up something for us to see. So there's 3 main vans that you guys could, that you're going to be able to see. Now it doesn't have to be a Transit Connect, but I'm just going to use this as an example. This is a small, and I wouldn't say, oh, it's not a minivan, right? But this is a small van, or they're all cargo vans, but this is a small van, right? The roof is really low. It's not that tall. Like it might be 6 feet. It might be just as tall as I am. But these are great if you're looking to just get started. You don't have a lot of cheddar. It doesn't have to be brand new too. Keep in mind, I'm just popping up whatever here. So these aren't as expensive as like the full-size SUV or the full-size vans and moving forward. But this is a great place to start if you're looking to get into a van. For example, I bought a 2024 Transit Connect. I decided to go brand new because this is a business vehicle and I wanted to make sure I have the option for used. And my concern is that yes, it would cost me a lot less to buy used, but I could have the potential of maybe having mechanical issues, engine problems, transmission problems, things like that earlier than I anticipated. So when you buy brand new, for me, it's assurance that I know for at least the next 5 years or 100,000 miles, if anything happens to the van, it's covered. Plus it's brand new. So if you can afford it, if you can fit it in your budget, you know, I say go for it. You know, realistically, you're gonna probably be looking for a down payment. I put a couple grand down, and you know, I pay $5.25 for my van a month, and you know, and I think of that more as I just have that's just 2 jobs. In 30 days I have to make 2 jobs a month to cover the payment for the van. So different things like that. That's the way I think about it. And right now, I mean, that's the bulk of my overhead for the business. That's probably one of the major bills, but you know, it's wrapped beautifully and it looks phenomenal, and it's a rolling advertisement. And 2 is that when you roll up in a van, you look so professional. You know, you can not demand, but when you roll up in a van that's wrapped or has decals on it or has your business logo on it, things of that nature, it says to the client that you're serious about what you do, you know, and they're going to trust you a little bit more, and you probably could charge a little bit more, you know, demand a premium price. I'm just saying here. Yeah. Facebook user 8 to 12, you can get a really great van. Depreciate over the next 3 to 4 years. Oh, there you go. Tint Wiz says that $8,000 to $12,000 can get you a really great van that won't depreciate over the next 3 to 4 years and will last you 10 plus years. Absolutely, 100%. I definitely agree. Sometimes those commercials are high mileage. They run all day long unless they are on a rotating promo. Yep, and that's a possibility as well. So, and like I said, there's sometimes you know, you can't go brand new, and I totally understand that. You can go a couple years old. These cars are commercial vehicles. They're designed to go long term. You know, I'd be very surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you can probably get 300,000 miles out of these cars. You know, the work vans that we have, that they're the ones at the shop at Advanced Film, they're old. I mean, they're the older vehicle. They're the older models. They got to be at least 10 years old. 7 to 10 years old. I don't know. They get like 150,000 miles on them or something like that. Some of them have 200,000 miles on them, and they're still rolling. You know, the problem I see mostly with these vans is that people beat the hell out of them before the engine runs out of them. So you just got to try to think, maybe keep yourself, take care of your stuff. You know what I mean? You want to keep it nice. You want to keep it clean. Obviously, if you're tinting out of it, you can't have dirt and dust and debris and things like that. You want to be clean as possible. Tint Wiz says the Express 2500s are also great workhorses. 2007, 2010 can be had around 8 to 12k too as well. Yeah, carry as much film, ladder, scaffolding. Yeah, oh hell yeah, and around 80 to 110,000 miles. And absolutely. And here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to think about. If this is what you want to get into a van, you want to get into a high top van or a Sprinter van or a Connect or whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's just say you get a van for 100,000 miles and you do a little research and you figure out that you can get probably 150, 175,000 out of that van, right? It might not be ideal, but maybe get that van because now you have 50 to 75,000 miles. That's a lot of mileage to make money off of, right? I'm at 1,700 miles on my brand new van, and I've generated, I'd want to say around $2 to $3 per mile that I've driven on that van, right? So you got to think maybe it's a jumping off point. Maybe it's that's what you want to go. Panda Bear, what's going on, brother? What's going on? So this is step one, the plotters, pros and cons. Excuse me, step one. This is the cargo van, small mini. They have the the Ram Pro City, something like that. I've not heard great things about Ram, by the way. I don't know. Apparently there's a lot of problems, a lot more problems. Like every van's gonna have problems, but from what I've heard, Ford is really up there. It's one of the really good workhorses. And there was another one, but it's very expensive. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so this one, but the cargo van is gonna run for you for about 24 base, brand new. And I've noticed here now, I did install the partition inside, and reason for that is just for safety. If I'm gonna be driving in this, if this is gonna be my workhorse, if I'm gonna be spending majority of my time in this van, I have heavy equipment in the back, I have sharp tools in the back, and the guy told me at the dealership, he's like, listen, if you get rear-ended at 30 miles an hour, whatever's in your back, in your cargo area, is going to hit you in the back at 30 miles an hour. So keep that in mind. So it's a pretty good safety precaution. Will I need it? It's kind of like a gun. You hope you never need it, but when you do need it, you're gonna be glad you have it, right? So that's my thought. So with the partition in there right now, I would say that with the
I want to do something.
What, son?
Can you give me some tape? I want to do something.
Okay, yes, hold on. Sorry guys, hold on one second.
Give me some tape.
Here, okay.
Go on my CV.
Okay, yes, here's some paper. And go ask mommy for a pen and stuff.
I didn't fit that.
What do you need?
I need a tape because I want to do something.
You tape, okay. I don't have, Nina! Can you go get Ethan, please? And find him some tape? And lock the door?
Mama, I want to do something.
My son knows how to unlock doors, apparently. Lock the door, please. Oh, okay. Sorry. Anyway, sorry guys. Apologize here. Joys of being a father, right? Okay, so the long and the short is that with the cargo vans, what I've noticed here is there's very little room. I am running like three options, 3 colors in or 3 shades in each options. So when I put all the film in and a plotter in, it takes about 2/3 of the room. And the plotter is oh, Panda Bear with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much.
Super chatted $1.99. Does your mobile fee cover gas? Overhead?
Yeah, and I'll get to that question in just one second, Panda Bear. Let me finish my thought here. So that was the only downfall that I really noticed here, is that when I put a full-size 40-inch plotter, in there with all the film I have, there's virtually no room in the van. And then there's a third, maybe enough for me to sit on my rolling chair so I can plot. And that's after I take my toolbox out, I take other things out, my tank out and other things, so that there is room. So that's the only drawback, that there is like very little to no room in the cargo area. Panda Bear, does your mobile fee cover gas and overhead? I don't have a mobile fee. It's kind of rolled up in my prices. I already charge, I would probably say, upper middle to upper in prices. I charge 189 and I charge 299 and I charge 599. I changed my prices a little bit, and those are to drive within an hour. That's what I'm willing to do. I'll drive within an hour of my location within that. Now if it's outside of an hour, then at that point I'd probably charge a little bit more of a fee, or I would only take premium jobs. Like I would only take ceramic jobs and above, just because I need to make it worth my time. So, but thank you very much for that $2 super chat. Z Customs, what's going on, brother? You're not too late. You're not too late. Okay, so that was the first one. And you know, and there's only a couple other different options. Now some people said, what's the difference between a cargo van and a Sprinter? Now a Sprinter is just basically what Mercedes calls their commercial vehicles, but let's just see the Transit. So once you move from the small cargo van, here's a good picture. Can we get this in the big picture? Nice. Okay, so once you move from the small, let me move this. Once you move from the small van, then now you move to the full-size vans. Now again, it doesn't have to be Ford. It could be Ram. It could be Dodge, or Dodge and Ram are the same thing. It doesn't matter. Chevy I think has an option, but it's all right. And then there's a Mercedes one as well. And then is there another one? There's a, oh yeah, and Nissan has one. The NV series has those ones are as well, but the Nissan ones look ugly. So once you move on to here, there's basically the small cargo van that I have, and then this van. Now this van comes in a few different options, lengthwise and height. The low roof, or the standard roof, well, they call it low roof, but like the standard roof, you could probably get away with that. There's so much more room in this van though. If push come to shove, like, you know, I should have gone for like maybe a slightly bigger van, because there's just more availability. There's more things I can do with this. Ideally, what I would want is, I probably wouldn't go for the full extended length body, but I would probably go with a high roof and probably this mid length right here. I think that would be best for me. High roof, because I want to be able to go and walk inside of it standing up. And there's plenty of room in there. You can do it sitting down here and still have plenty of room, and you'd probably double the room that's in the Transit Connect. But this would be okay if you want to sit down. It's kind of like either you do the low one and you crouch down, or you do the high one and you stand fully up. Like you can, unless you're like 5'2", Martin Fowler, then you know, then maybe this mid-grade one would be best for you. But yeah, and then also too, as you move forward, you got to think about where you're going to park this thing, right? Some HOAs won't allow you to park a vehicle like this on the street. You have to either have it covered up or do something, right? Or in the garage. Well, if you have this high top is not fitting in your standard garage, especially if it's high and long. There's no shot. So you got to think about where you're going to park this thing, and will your housing association allow you to do this? If you live in an apartment, I found out that if you live in an apartment, they charge you $50 a month for commercial wrapped vans. Like if it's a commercial van, they're going to charge you for a spot. Like your normal cars, they don't do that, but this one they do. So and realistically, the difference between this one, the full size, and the Mercedes is nice, don't get me wrong, it's a Mercedes, but once you go full size and full length, now you're at $50,000 for that car, when I think this one, you can get it away for like 40,000, 38, 39k. You know, and it really just depends if you have the cheddar. We need space as a window tinters. We need space, so you don't need the hauling power, right? You don't need the heavy lifting that so you don't need like the 3500s or 25. Like you can get away with the 1500 all day long. You know, the only time you'd want to maybe go with a heavier one is if you were towing like maybe a trailer behind this, but then at that point it's a lot. It's a lot. I got that about 7 years ago. Hell yeah. And keep in mind too, there's where am I at? Here we go. There's all kinds of availability here. Someone asked me about a trailer, and here my thing about a trailer is that Number one, you need to have a vehicle. My 2012 Kia Rio is not towing a big ass trailer, right? So you need to have a truck or some sort of vehicle that's going to be able to tow it. You need to know how to drive a vehicle with a trailer. If you've never driven a trailer before, it's a whole different world. Now granted, they're great for they're a giant rolling advertisement, right? Just like if you wrap the van, you wrap the trailer, and there's plenty of room in there. But again, not only do you need to buy the van, not only do you need to buy the trailer and everything involved in it, you need to know how to drive a trailer. You need to have a car that can tow the trailer. And then what happens if you're not doing it? Like, what if you get an employee or someone else? Now you're gonna trust them with $100,000 worth of equipment, and not ruin it all? Like, I'd rather trust them with $40,000 worth of equipment and hopefully not ruin it. Most people can drive a van. Just saying. Now I did find out, because I was trying to find power for this, right? I want it to be fully off grid, but I can't run a generator because a generator is just too loud and too obnoxious. And so I was thinking about running inverters, and to do a 3,000 watt inverter, which is not very big, or probably a 3,000 to 5,000 watt inverter, to custom build it and put it in the van so that the van is fully on its own. And basically, I don't know if it would be solar panels or how it would work, or running banks on batteries, but it was going to be like $2,000 or $3,000 to just do that. And I'm like, oof. So what I did is I had the van, because I don't have the plotter because the shop is up and running again, so I don't have the plotter back in the van. But when I had the plotter and the film and everything else, I had it all wired up, and literally I ran a power extension from the client's house, plugged it in, plugged my van in, and I had all the power I needed. I think it's acceptable to get away with that as long as they have power and you can get close enough. You can get the van close enough, because you obviously don't want the van too far away. 100-foot extension cord, you should be fine. Yeah, there's nothing too crazy. I don't want to get too in depth in this, but my opinion is, and here's the thing, I went to a job today. I went to a job, and I was doing a guy's vehicle. It was a 2017 M series, an M2, very beautiful car. His neighbor was interested in getting his Lexus done. He wanted to meet me first 5 minutes. He walked up, he says, "You're the guy for sure." And I said, "What?" He says, I'm driving up," because he was riding his bike over, because he lives in the neighborhood and he was like healthy and fit and whatever. And he rolls up to the spot, and he's like, I roll up and I see the van and it's wrapped. I'm like, yeah, this guy's legit. This guy's serious. He's like, "You're not some guy with a truck and some film that says Amazon on the side." And like, those were verbatim his words. So even, it doesn't matter. Even if you can't get a brand new van, even if it is pretty beat up, you can put a wrap over that. Get a wrap over that puppy and work that thing for the next year or two, and you'll get the money. And if you hate it enough, you'll build up and save up the money to either trade that out and then get the van you really want. But get some sort of vehicle dedicated to your business, because it's a world of difference. It really, really is. You can demand a much better price point. You look more legit. People take you more seriously. You're not just some random guy showing up with a box of film in a random car. You're hopefully you have some proper gear. You look professional. You're clean cut. You don't have to be clean cut. If you have tattoos and whatnot, it is what it is. Just be professional. Let me go ahead and go through some questions here. I had a topic point, but like, that's kind of it. I've gone through what I think it is, or I think I have to say. Let me go through here and see what I have. Show them the van hotness. Cordoza, you make me laugh. SP Diddy says, "What's your premium charge for mobile versus when you are in your own shop garage?" I might. Here's the thing. My prices right now are the same. I don't know if I'm gonna get a shop. I could potentially get a shop. If I got a shop for me, if I was just a window tinter, I would definitely not get a shop. Commercial properties are very expensive. If you get the right location, they're even more expensive. If they're not in the right location and they're off the beaten path, then at that point you have to pay a lot of money for marketing so that you can get people to your location, considering you're not in a high traffic area. There's a lot of charge to that, right? There's a lot of cost to that. And for example, if you're paying like $2,000 a month on a property, then $2,000 a month times that by 10, it's $24,000 a year that you're paying for a place that you're just borrowing, right? Imagine if you put $24,000 a year into a van. Like you can buy, that's like buying a $24,000 van every year, every year. So overhead prices go down. But for me, getting a shop for me, particularly specifically, would benefit me just because I do more things than just do window tinting. A location would be a central hub for me to do a number of things that I already do and just put it all under one roof. I'd be able to tint windows and do my services there and all of Sun Solutions except for flat glass, of course. But then I would also be able to manufacture dry shrink prep. I'd be able to ship dry shrink prep in that location. I'd be able to shoot more videos, so I'd have like the way Matt has his setup. I would have basically the same thing. I would have a dedicated bay decked out with all kinds of cameras and lighting and things of that nature, so that when I would be able to do live streams on the cars that I'm doing and just have like a kick-ass production about it. And then just a number of other things I'd be able to edit there and shoot how-to videos and different things of that nature. Everything all encompassing under one roof. That's what I would do. But I would kind of figure out what my overhead cost is, how much different things are. I wouldn't add like a premium charge or a mobile fee to it. I would probably closely charge to what I'm charging now, maybe slightly higher if my overhead was slightly higher, I hope that answered that question. Sorry. John G says, are you gonna go run a plotter out of your van, or do you prefer hand cutting while mobile? In my van, the Transit Connect, when I do get a plotter, I don't have a plotter yet, but when I do get a plotter, it won't go in the van. It'll stay on location at my location, and I'll end up pre-cutting the film. And then if I mess up, like let's just say a crease of a film or something like that, then at that point, then I would hand cut it. Now in the future, when I do get one of these high roof full size vans, then I'll bring the plotter with me. But it's so obnoxious because it takes up so much room. It really is pretty ridiculous in there. So no, I'd pre-cut them and then I'd have them if they have to. I have a small garage that people can come to, and obviously I'd have it there, but until I get a bigger van, I wouldn't bring it with me. Michael Cordoza says that's because Dodge is running a Fiat motor. Interesting. Matt Preston says, I was looking at the small vans, but like you said, it's tight. It gets tight quick, so I'm looking for Express 2500, like Eric mentioned. Yeah, I would definitely. Unless you're a hand cutter and you don't plan on getting a plotter, like if you're just straight up hand cutter or you're just gonna go strictly flat, like flat glass, commercial residential, like that van is pretty solid. There's a lot of room in there. I have the long bed, the extended bed, but you could throw roof racks on there for ladders and different things of that nature. It depends on how much film you have and what it is, but I've seen a lot of gear get thrown into those small vans. A lot of gear. When you carry all the film options you have available plus a plotter, so that you're just basically you're setting up an appointment and then you basically show up and then you throw your spiel out there because then you have it. When you can kind of lose it if you don't bring your plotter, because like let's just say you sell them on your entry level and you have the film cut. Like you can get there and you could sell them on maybe your next tier up or your next tier up, but then if you do that, you've already cut the film in the mid-grade stuff, so no, that film was wasted. So you kind of lose opportunity as well. So you got to kind of just take it, pick and choose your battles, see which one is best for you. I'd rather come back later instead of carrying the plotter, because it is a little bit of a pain in the butt in such tight quarters. Patrick, with 3 prices, are you talking different films? Yes, I am talking 3 different films. So I offer a good, better, best, all from the same manufacturer. All from Solar Effects. So my good, I'm charging $189, and that is my Carbon FX. That's a color stable dyed film. And then I have my IRFX, which is my entry level ceramic at $299. And then my super ceramic, or my high-end ceramic, at $599, and that's the FX Plus. That's the goods. So and then within each option I offer 5, 15, and 30. And then on top of that, I offer windshields in better and best. So either my IRFX or my FX Plus, and I offer windshields in 50% and 70% in both categories. Yeah, that's what I'm running. Mercedes has its merits. Don't get me wrong, Mercedes is pretty awesome. If I can afford it, I'm gonna get a Mercedes for sure. I'm sure you can beat the hell out of them too. If not, they have cookies and full-size Cokes in the waiting area. I haven't been on here in a few weeks, so don't know if you've covered this, but just wondering if you've gotten any jobs of your own. Yes, I have. So phase 1, step 1, as you guys know, if you guys don't know, Sun Solutions Tinting is a passion project that I started, and I have a playlist on the YouTube channel, and it basically just kind of covers my whole path and what I've done in regards to it. So it's Sun Solutions Tinting. This is my own business. I have an LLC for it, and I set everything up, and I documented everything. And then I got the van, and I got it wrapped, and I got I got the film, and then a week after I bought the van, the whole coronavirus thing blew up, and everyone started shutting down shops, and everyone started going home, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what did I just do? This is the worst financial crisis since 2008, and this is it would happen, right? So I did put into advertising. I'm strictly sticking to Facebook marketing for advertising, and I've been putting money into there for advertising. I have gotten jobs. First step, the plan was to get my Sundays filled up, because I work at the other shop in Lutz Monday through Saturday. So Sunday was my only free day. So I was going to work that, because I have to make money coming in, because I'm the only one that works in my family. Stay-at-home wife, 2 young kids, things of that nature. So the money has to flow. I can't stop it, right? So the idea is that I start doing Sundays, and I'm going to fill up Sundays. When I fill up Sundays, then I'm going to open up a second day. And then that way, when I work those Sundays, I know I have enough money to take off the day off the shop, so I can work for myself, just in case that I don't make money on that day. I hope you're sticking with me here. So needless to say, I have been getting jobs. I've done a handful, three flat glass gigs, which is way out there, which is great, because I know how to flat glass, but like I didn't anticipate doing flat glass. And I am gonna start doing more flat glass videos as well too, just to let you guys know. I just want to make sure I get my feel more comfortable, get my groove in and whatnot. I'm gonna start doing flat glass videos. And then I've done probably a dozen cars or so, something like that, around there, maybe 10, I don't know. So But the good thing is that I booked up like 3 weeks in advance for all my Sundays. So, and then I don't want to go any further than 3 weeks because I'm afraid that like people would just be like, okay, he's nice, but I want it right now. I'm not going to wait 3 weeks to get my car tinted or my house tinted. So, so at that point, once I filled up 3 weeks, I opened up a second day. So now I'm on the second day. So now I work for myself for Sun Solutions on Sunday and Tuesday, and then on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm at the shop in Lutz, and and that'll go good until I fill up 2 to 3 weeks in advance for my Sunday, Tuesdays, and then I'll probably go Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it'll go that way, that route until I am only working at the shop, at my other shop that I work for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we got a little bit more, you know, I still have 2 more days that I have to do and whatnot. I'm working a lot, but I mean, sometimes you that's what you have to do to get the overlap and whatnot. And, you know, everyone's been super, you know, super kind. I get people that always ask me, oh, hold on. It's gonna...
Panda Bear super chatted $4.99. Have you thought about making a commercial / teaser for your company? Would be good advertising.
Yeah, Panda Bear, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I have thought about doing a commercial. I did do a couple commercials actually. You guys can check out my website, sunsolutionswindowtint.com, and you guys can check it out there. I have videos on there. I did do a whole video in regards to like safety and sanitizing and wiping and contactless payments and all kinds of other things, and it kind of fell on deaf ears. So I'm working on a couple different things, different postings, different things that work to help promote Sun Solutions. You know, one thing, one tip that I got from Matt is that Matt has actually been adding like Detroit Tint Studio in like the description of his videos or the titles, and then now those are popping up in his location. So that like if people type in Detroit Tint Studio, there's videos and topics that are popping up for him. So I'm gonna start doing the same thing. That way, like when people search Sun Solutions Tinting around here, they're gonna see me. So that's one thing I'm gonna do and plan on doing. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm super blessed. There's been a lot of people that ask me, they're like, how the hell are you starting your own business and your other job hasn't fired you yet? You know, I'm lucky. I'm very transparent with, you know, with the other people that I work with. I let them know what's going on. You know, I'm still giving them the busy days, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. You know, I'm just trying to be able to make more money that they're not going to be paying me. They don't want to pay. I mean, they're not going to pay me more. I'm pretty much capped out, but I want to make more money. So if I start working for myself, I can make more money and I can save them money because they pay me very well. And it's just good for everyone. Also, they're not primarily an automotive shop. The auto department might be 5% of their business. You know, they do a lot of flat glass, a lot. They have like, they're running like an 8-man crew, all individual vans and trucks and stuff. They got 8, 9, 10 installers, just, you know, so it doesn't really hurt them. And it does, you know, and I kind of stay out of their neck of the woods. You know, I cast a wide net and I just stay out of their area, you know, out of respect. So, Matt Branson says, hit up the Harbor Freight for one of the Predator 3500 generators, super quiet, and it's inverter based for clean power to a computer and plotter. Good idea. I'll try to think about that. Uh-oh.
Panda Bear super chatted $1.99. How do you pay yourself out from your business?
How do you pay yourself out from your business? That's a great question. Panda Bear, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Definitely appreciate that. How do you pay yourself out for the business? So I keep everything separate. You have to for an LLC. Have to. Everything that's business related is business related. Everything that's personal, I keep it my own personal. You should see my credit cards. I have a bills personal account, I have a spending personal account, I have a Sun Solutions business account, I have it's for window tinting business, it's for online stuff. I have an account for that, and I have an account for dry shrink prep. So everything is all separated because you cannot intermix. And that's more for liability purposes. And real quick, the reason why is that, let's just say someone from Sun Solutions, let's say I do something to a car and someone wants to sue me. They can't sue me personally because I have an LLC. They can only sue the business and what the business is worth. But if I am like dipping into the company money, and like, let's say I use the company card to like buy myself a pair of jeans, or I'm using the card to like pay for my dinner for my family, or maybe I go to Disney World with my family, and do stuff like, if I start intermixing it, it's what's known as piercing the corporate veil. And then at that point, the LLC could be null and void, and they can go after your personal assets. So LLCs are about liability and protection, so that they can't go after your personal assets, your house, your cars, your money, or anything else like that. They can only go after what's over the business. So how I pay myself is that I will write myself a check from Sun Solutions Tinting, and it goes into a my personal bank account. That's me. Like, I have another, most of my other ones are joint with my wife, but I have to send it to me first, and from there I take a third of that out, and I take 2/3 and deposit it into my joint account. So that what ends up happening is it goes from Sun Solutions. Let's just say I pay myself $300. I'm going to make this math very easy. Sun Solutions, I write a check to Patrick for $300. It goes into my personal account where I can cash the check, right? Now that money is for Patrick. But I have all my money is in a joint account with my wife, right? So now I take 2/3 of that 300. So I have 200 that goes into my bank, my personal spending account, leaving the $100. That $100, I am probably overshooting, but I'm putting 1/3 away for taxes. So now I just keep track of what I put in and where I send the 2/3 of that out. And this checking account essentially turns into a savings account, so that when it comes tax time that I have to pay the taxes on the money I've paid myself, I'll have it in this account, and I don't touch it because I'll have it ready for there. This step is where a lot of people mess up. This step, people just throw it right into their account, and then Uncle Sam's like, hey, I'm glad you made 50,000. Where's my I don't know, where's my 20,000 to 10,000, you know? So you have to put your money away. If you're not good at financing, you better get damn good at it. And if you're not good at it, then you better hire a good CPA. Just saying. I'm trying to go down these questions. These questions are going super fast. I'm sorry guys. Wow, there's 34 people watching this live stream right now. Like, we usually hover around 22 or whatnot. It's got to be a good topic, right? All right, cool, sweet. Well, welcome to the live stream, everybody. Every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to join us. If you are on Facebook, there's like some sort of notification you can do so that when I do go live, you're going to be known. You're in the know. So with YouTube, it's easy. Just hit the bell notification, then you're always notified. Brandon here says, what Tint Wiz, Patrick, my Tint Wiz Tri-Edge. Whoa, let me read that again. What Tint Wiz, Patrick, my Tint Wiz Tri-Edge that I got with my dry shrink prep Tri-Edge are those. Obviously they don't normally make purple ones. Oh, what Tint Wiz okay, so Brandon's asking what the Tri-Edges are that I send a Tint Wiz Tri-Edge collaboration. Do I have any here? I might have some. They're purple Tri-Edge. I should have some. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Ah! So Tri-Edge did a promo with, or Tint Wiz did a promo with Tri-Edge, and they produced these puppies. These are special edition. You don't see purple, right? You obviously don't see Tint Wiz on them here, and only a select amount of people got them. Tint Wiz sent me these, and I've been actually giving them away with every order of dry shrink prep, which you can buy at dryshrinkprep.com. But he's asking what these are and where did I get them from. You can't get them anywhere. They're special edition. I think they might do another run of them. I would love it because they're awesome. I just love throwing things in, and people just love, you know, little freebies and whatnot. These are great cards. But these are just, yeah, this is just a collab from Tint Wiz and Tri-Edge, and they just wanted to get into the hands of people, which is amazing. So that's why you got it. So keep a hold of it because not a lot of people have these. What is the normal equivalent to the purple's Tri-Edge? I don't know that answer. I can find that answer, but I don't know. Seems pliable. I typically use the blue ones, so I can't tell you that because I don't know the answer. I'm sorry, bud. Mike Powell in the house. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Washington Carrera says, so you charge set prices no matter what type of car it is? Yes and no. My prices only change if it's a minivan, or if it's a full-size SUV, like a full-size Suburban or a full-size, like if it has, like if the SUV has front doors, back quarters, rear quarter decks, and then the back glass itself. I consider that a full-size SUV. And then I charge a little bit more for those. There's a little bit of an upcharge for those. But typically most coupes and sedans and trucks are all the same price. Trucks are super easy. Coupes, you use a little less material, but it is a little bit more labor intensive, and sedans are pretty much straightforward. So I would charge a little bit more for minivans and full-size SUVs. And truth be told, full-size trucks, you pretty much get to use the same amount of material, but they go by so quickly because you don't need to shrink anything on a truck unless you're doing the front windshield. Like I'm really close to trying to figure out like a promo for a Truck Tuesday promo, which I'm gonna give like 15% off for Truck Tuesday. I'm gonna call it Truck Tuesday, and we're gonna only do trucks on Tuesdays, and it's 15% off if you do Truck Tuesday. And the idea is because I can go and knock out a truck in about an hour. Like if I have the film pre-cut, I show up literally 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm in and out. That's easy money all day, baby. So I'll give up 15% per job to squeeze in like 2 or 3 more. I'll make a killing. It'll be great. Truck Tuesday, baby. The original idea was going to be 2 front Tuesdays, because I can do like $100 sets, 2 fronts in and out, 30 minutes. But if I can do another 15 minutes and do a full truck, let's do it. Let's do it. Jerry Turner says, is there a big difference doing flat glass? There are slight differences. If you're a flat glass installer, you cannot do auto. But if you're an auto installer, you can do flat glass. So there's that difference. Most automotive film uses a pressure sensitive adhesive, and most flat glass film uses what's known as a clear dry adhesive. So the adhesives are a little bit different. Also, the hard thing for an automotive guy going into flat glass is that you're handling massive films. Like for auto, the biggest film we're gonna probably is gonna be a 60-incher by maybe 40 inches, right? And you know, in flat, you can be doing 70-inch wide films going, you know, 96 inches from ceiling to floor. So being able to handle such large pieces of film is something that you have to get used to. But for the most part, by and large, it's not. It's a transition that you have to get used to, that you have to kind of understand the steps. Hence why I'm going to start doing some more flat glass videos. Because if you mess up that piece of film, it's like imagine like how much you waste like on a back window when you mess up a back window. Well, imagine that like times 5. You know what I mean? So like it's very costly if you mess up that installation. But on the bright side, there's a lot of money to be made in flat glass. You know, most cars you're gonna get, sedans, coupes, you're gonna get 33 square feet. That's it. On an SUV, full-size vehicles, full-size SUVs, you might get 44 square feet. That's it. Cars don't have more glass. That's it, right? But on a house, it could be the front side of the house, and it could be the 2 sides. It could be the whole goddamn house. It could be everything. You know what I mean? And there's more. there's more to be done. So, but then you also, you know, you have to, you know, you're going into people's houses, so you got to look clean cut. You have to be professional. You can't be like, have wandering eyes. Like, I know guys that have gone into doing flat glass and they walk in and maybe a drawer is open and they kind of, their eyes kind of wander. Like, you can't do that. Like, I had one guy, I don't know why, one guy was literally rummaging through the drawers. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And it was the dumbest excuse. He's like, oh, I ran out of alcohol, so I was trying to find more alcohol for my spray bottle. I'm like, no, bro, was it in the jewelry box? Is that where it was? Bro, don't and don't be a piece of shit. That's, I mean, don't be, that's probably one of the number one reason that should be a shirt that I should make, right? Don't be a piece of shit, right? That's probably one of the main reasons why I do what I do, why I do all this. Why the hell would I spend all my time doing this? Am I a nutball? No, but I want to raise the quality of installers from automotive to flat glass and turn that into a respectable, like, a few years ago, a window tinter, and in certain areas it's still true, a window tinter is a half step up from a used car salesman. The greasy one with the really bad comb over, with the balloon guy up front, like, sale. Like, that's what some people think about window tinters. And I want people to think of it and treat it as respectable profession that's just like that's looked up to, you know. And I know, I mean, maybe that's a far I don't know, maybe it's just delusions of grandeur, but I see that for us, and I think it's possible. You know, we just got to weed out the bad people. How does Facebook users, how does your current employer feel about you branching out, plans for the future, replacements? I am very transparent with the shop I work with. I let them know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, how I'm not going to interfere with them. Like, I don't steal from them, right? Most tinters have drinking problems, drug problems. They can't show up on time. You can't pay. Like, the running joke is you can never pay a tinter on Friday if your shop is open on Saturday, right? Because he'll go out and get wasted, or she, and then they won't show up for Saturday, which is one of the biggest days of the week to make money, right? That's why you pay a tinter on Tuesday, because no one goes out and really gets blasted on a Tuesday night unless you got a real problem. And then if they don't show up on Wednesday, it's probably a slower day of the week anyways, so that's probably less casualties right there. And by the time Friday comes around, their money is pretty much spent already, so they're not going to go out all weekend and go get bombed. So I pick up the phone when they call me. I do as much as I can to help out around the shop, and I work my tail off. Like, last Monday we did 4 full cars, 3 windshields, 2 sets of roll-ups. Like, I was working it. So they understand, and it's a very particular situation because I want more money, and they can't pay me more money. They can't pay me more money unless I generate like 200,000 or 300,000 more dollars in their pocket per year, right? So that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna start going on my own, and when I go on my own, and they pay me a premium price, I don't want to say exactly how much they pay me, but I get paid very, very well. I'm probably top 5% in our industry in regards to what people get paid. Yeah, I'd probably say that's a very fair assessment. And so every day I take off, I save them money from not having to pay me. And I'm taking the slower days off, Wednesday, Thursday, like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are the slower days of the week, so I'm taking those off for Sun Solutions. I'm leaving them, I'm cutting off the fat for myself and leaving them the white meat, right? The Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What's the future going to look like? I have no idea. How long is this transition going to take? I have no idea. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be whatever. But as of right now, the plan is that for the first year, the transition was at the end of a year, it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So where I take off half the time at the shop, and I'm working for myself majority of the week. After the first year, what I would probably like to do is I would probably like to eventually go out fully on my own. My bosses are super cool. They understand that, like, listen, as long, he could be an asset, he could be an adversary, he doesn't have to be an enemy or anything like that, right? And they're not going to stop someone. This is what's really cool about them. They're not going to stop someone from bettering themselves, right? If a good opportunity comes up, they're not vindictive people. They're like, okay, he can do better for himself, he should do it, right? So So after the first year, what I probably would like to do is eventually go full-time on my own. But what I would probably do, considering that the payout that they're paying me is now cut in half, they now have the funding to find another tinter, and that's what I'd probably do. I'd probably groom a tinter for about 6 months, and there is a second tinter already working at the shop, so he would basically run the shop, and he would have a secondary guy underneath him, still tinting windows and working, but you know, Marty would run the shop. But I would like to train someone and get someone in that position before I leave full-time, so that when I do leave, I'm not leaving that shop with just one tinter. They still have 2 tinters. They're not gonna lose momentum and feel like they just got snuffed, right? You know, and that's a good plan, I think. People have told me you're an idiot. People have told me, you know, they're gonna burn you. Some people have told me is like this your days are numbered and whatnot. And my responses to that is, yeah, maybe that could be it. They could come to me tomorrow and be like, yeah, this is bullshit, you're fired, right? I mean, that could totally happen. But I'm not gonna screw them, you know what I mean? I got you know, I have my dignity and my, you know, my word, you know, my honor. I don't know what you want to call it, but I won't do the screwing. If they screw me, that will be what's the word I'm looking for? It's like that phrase that parents say. I would be disappointed. I wouldn't be upset. It would be disappointing because it's a good relationship. So my idea is that, you know, that I can flourish and they can flourish, and maybe we can do some cross promotion stuff. I don't know. Maybe we can work. Maybe they need a hand with flat glass stuff. Maybe they need a tinter to come in. Maybe I need a tinter for help. Maybe there's fleet work to be. I don't know. You know, it's better to have allies than enemies and everyone trying to go after each other's throats. Perfect example, Barry. I forget his last name. Barry. There's another guy that owns a mobile tinting shop. His place is called Tampa Mobile Tinting, and he's slammed right now. And he's been on his own for like the last year or two, and he literally sent me a lead, which I did today, which I made like $350 off that lead actually, and I think I'm gonna get a flat glass gig out of that as well. But like he's busy and he couldn't do the work, and he referred him to me, you know, and I'm more than willing to do that too, you know, because again, we all do better. There's enough in the pie for everyone to make money. This is crazy how many people are in this live stream. What is going on right now? Oh my god, there's so many questions. I'm trying to get through it. I'm sorry. Let me see. Facebook user says, convince them to pay you 50% on auto, shop gets 30, 20 goes to supplies, they will make money, and you'll get the raise. Still not enough. I don't want to disclose what I make, but it's not enough. It's pretty close to that already. How long did it took you to catch on using the plotter? Still trying to get used to it. The first year I worked for a shop, the first shop I ever worked for did not have a plotter, and I was only there for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I left them and went to a different shop because they're really skeezy. But I've always had plotters. But in my opinion, plotters do speed up the process. Maybe not on the sides. A really good hand cutter can double cut side windows and quarter windows, but I think where you save time is back windows, where like you don't have to get the light out and, you know, cut this and blah blah blah. I think you speed up time there, and I think it makes it a little bit faster. Oh hell yeah. All right, so Tint Wiz says the next Tint Wiz / Triage collab is in the works for this year. Nice. Hopefully I'll get some more so I can send it out to you guys. It's the same as the blue. I think it's blue. All right, people are saying it's blue is the normal. Oh, there's the answer. Triage with the save there. So someone asked the triage cards, what is the equivalent to? The blue is the normal equivalent. So this, ironically, this is the one that I would typically use. Facebook user, someone said, charge more for the new pilots, 11 windows without the front windshield. Bro, I know. I did a brand new pilot, and I learned how to take the front quarter panels and totally remove them. If you guys haven't done the front quarter windows, they're like this big on the pilots. It is a tinter's nightmare, bro, nightmare. It has to be perfect, and it's the entrance is smaller than the actual tint, and there's no way to get anything in there, and you cannot leave a gap, because if you leave just a beep, 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 beep of a gap in the front edge, as the driver, you can see them on both sides. It's a nightmare quarter panel. It's worth it to just, I found a video, and I just removed the damn thing. It took a little bit longer because it was the first time, and I was terrified that I was gonna break something. But I finally got it. But I probably spent 45 minutes making sure that I didn't break anything while taking the quarter windows out. But I did the full car with taking the quarter windows out and the front windshield, and that took me 3.5 hours. It don't take daddy that long to tint a car, you know what I'm saying? I kid. Not like the old pilots. Yeah, the old pilots were awesome because they didn't have quarter windows. Is there mirror film for the outside? Customer is asking. There is reflective film for flat glass, but not automotive. You can't have mirror films anymore because it blinds people when the sun reflects it, and it's dangerous, so they just don't offer it anymore. Panda Bear says Matt compared a window tinted to a drug dealer in the eyes of some people years ago. I 100% concur. Someone told me sometime that like window tinters always have 3 traits and you can only pick 2. It's like drug problems, baby mama problems, and stealing problems. You get 2 out of the 3. Which ones do you want? Like there's always, it's a nightmare. Window tinters are horrible. Who was I talking to? I was talking to a shop around here, and they do upholstery, they do wraps, they do PPF, window tint, automotive like audio installs and everything else like that. He says, bro, because I was talking to one of the owners, and he says I have 50 employees, 8 of which are window tinters, and 90% of my problems are from my window tinters. I'm like, yeah. I'll give you a tip, guys. If you guys are interested in getting into this industry, average window tinter, on average, most shops can offer a decent tinter $1,000 a week. That's $52,000 a year. The average person makes $36,000 a year in the States. Might want to think about that. You want to do that? All you have to do, show up on time. You don't even have to be a great tinter. You don't have to be a great tinter. Just show up on time. Answer the phone when you're called. Show up sober. Don't be drama. Don't steal, and do your work. Like if you're a normal person, you can make way more money than the average person. It's blue collar work with white collar money. That's how it is. Ishmael says, hey brother, thanks for answering the phone last week. No worries, man, no worries. Jason, when you invest in yourself, such as a wrapper, a van, trailer, inventory on hand, people take you seriously, therefore not a piece of shit. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? That's the problem with mobile, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to do. That's what Martin Fowler is doing with Alligator window tint. It's premium mobile window tinting. You know what I mean? People are afraid of mobile tinters because they don't answer the phone when there's problems. They don't answer the phone. Some guy shows up with a cigarette hanging out of his lip, with a box of film that says Amazon on the side. You know, he probably doesn't look that great, but when you show up in a van with your own film and you have branded shirts, branded hats, you give warranties, like a normal person, like the world's your oyster at that point. It really is. Jared Turner says all your marketing is Facebook based. Yes, I moved to Florida 3 years ago, not knowing a single person. So I have no network. I don't know anyone down here. So, and I work so much that I don't like, I don't have friends. Like, I don't have real friends in real life. Like, you guys are my friends. But like my best friends are like Mike Powell, like Robert Oman, like Matt, like these guys that are all like online and stuff like that. I see them once a year, you know, typically at the 10 off. That's why we go and have nice dinners and drink nice drinks and have a great time. But yeah, all my marketing is Facebook based. It's all I've learned and researched. I was going through Google. I was going to check out Google, but the problem with Google, if you want to get into the top tiers, now you're in a price bid, right? And I don't have the deepest pockets and the biggest budgets, so I can't. To be able to rank higher than the people that are ranking right now, you have to pay more than they are, and that's just how it goes. So I haven't looked too much into Google AdWords or anything else like that, possibly in the future, but right now I'm focused on Facebook marketing for sure. John G says, what kind of plier do you use and what program? I've used Precision Cut because the shop uses Lumar, and I've used we currently use the GX400, which is the old Roland model, but I am looking into getting like a Jaguar or one of the new Roland GRs, or possibly a Graphtec. Those are the three like big players. And for software, listen, I mean, if you're with XPEL, they have DAP and that's great, but like you have to only exclusively use XPEL. Lumar, you Precision Cut, you know, a lot of these manufacturers have their own softwares, so you can go ahead and check and see. If your manufacturer doesn't have a software, you can use someone like Film and Vinyl Design, is one thing that I'm really looking into. I think they're a great thing. I didn't find this out, but most softwares, you need to be connected to the internet to be able to get into the database. Problem if you're a mobile tinter, right? But Film and Vinyl Design actually gives you a I don't know what the hell, what do you call it? You know, one of these fucking computer thing, like a flash drive. Thank you, whatever, flash drive. So it has you have it all here, and then once the flash drive gets back into range with internet, it updates the database, but you always have it and you don't need to have the internet connection, which is really nice sometimes. So I have baby mama problems. Barry shots, are you stupid? Barry, I think that's you. Barry's the one that runs Tampa Mobile Tint. Yeah, he's the one that sent. Barry, thanks for the lead today, bro, or the lead last week. Thank you, appreciate it. Film and Vinyl USB, there it is. Hey Barry, it is Barry. Yes, awesome, yes. Again, man, thank you again for the lead from last week. It turned out really well. The guy's super nice. He ended up getting a full windshield, sides and back. Really nice guy. So thanks again. You'll send me more. I appreciate it, brother. I am not gonna let you down. See, that's the problem. I don't refer people unless I know that they can get taken care of, right? Because if I refer someone and they fail, I look like the ass, right? So when people refer people to me, like Barry did, I gotta do my very best, because it's not only my name, but it's also Barry's word on the line as well. So if someone said you lead, say thank you, be kind, and do right by them. So Facebook streamers ahead of YouTube. Maybe. How far ahead? There's 22 people on YouTube. Oh, that's crazy. We'll get about an hour. We've been here for about an hour. Okay, I think this has been a very productive live stream. Just to let you know. Okay, I'm gonna open it up. 2 more minutes. Hit me with it. Give me the key. Give me the questions. Let me know what you guys want. Any shout outs, concerns, criticisms, now is the time. Let's do it. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're at, let me know what questions you have, and then we'll go ahead and close her out. While waiting for those, the big shout out to our sponsors, of course, as always. They're always here and helpful. Tint Wiz, check them out, tintwiz.com. They are the ones that are in the chat and whatnot here. Also, Dry Shrink Prep, that is a product of my own design. Go ahead and check it out, dryshrinkprep.com, as well as Solar Effects Window Films. Feel the effects. Check it out, solareffectswindowfilms.com. That is an S at the very end, just to let you know. Well, I'm here. Let me see. Here's the problem with the Facebook. Hold on. Here's the problem with the Facebook group is that I can't see it because it's private. I can't see it on my chat on my screen, so I literally have to pull it up. Flash drive. I have to pull it up on my computer here so that I can see the comments. Derek, there you go. Okay, there you go. Derek says, are you better at tinting or COD or Call of Duty? I am way better at tinting, considering it makes me a lot more money. Call of Duty, it's just for fun. You know, am I a serious gamer? Hell no. Am I good at it? No fucking shot. But it is a passion. I do enjoy doing it. My old lady is a gamer as well. So it you know, it brings us back to our roots. We would play zombies, Call of Duty Zombies for hours back in the day. I've grown up playing video games. You know, this whole live stream setup was designed so that I can give you guys a kick-ass production. And then I looked into it. I might have gone a scotch overboard, but then I looked into it, and the setup I have here rivals some of the best streamers online. Like I'm talking with the exception of Nick Merckx, because he just like did a banger on his basement. But like Nick Merckx, Ninja, Tim the Tatman, Cloaksy, you know, all these streamers, like my system is very close, if not beating some of them, with the exception of the computers, because the computers like this one, like some of their computers are like $10,000, but you know, there's a lot of gear here that would rival most streamers. He says, bro, I suck at COD, but a Honda quarter window? Shit. Isaac says, tips on keeping dirt out of the install working outside. Yes, move inside. Don't tint outside. Don't. The only way to tint outside is if there is no garage and you let the client know, hey, we're tinting outside. There's a good chance there's going to be dirt in this. Not going to be horrible, but it could be better. But it ain't gonna be, because we're outside. So if they're okay with that, do that. But if they're not, don't tint the car, because tinting outside is a freaking nightmare. If you're in the direct sun, your windows are gonna tack up very quickly. God forbid there's a slightest bit of breeze, because it's gonna throw your film all the way around. You're gonna get crinks and creases in there. You're gonna ruin film. And by the way, it could rain on you. So don't tint outside. But yeah, I'm totally digging on Call of Duty, by the way. I've gotten 2 wins. My second win today, my first win yesterday. But I've been having a good time. If you guys are watching on the YouTube and you guys aren't into that, sorry. Just wait around to another window tinting. But I'm trying to have thumbnails to show you guys which one is which. Uh-oh.
Washington Korea super chatted $5. How long should a windshield take to hand cut, shrink, and install?
Washington, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. His question is, how long should a windshield take to hand cut, shrink, and install? I mean, the quick answer is that like time is irrelevant. As long as you have a clean install, that's all that matters, right? But the more you do it, the more you do it, the better practice you are, and the faster you eventually get. It's a natural progression. I've been doing this for going on 5 years in October, and it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour depending on the type of vehicle. Now if it's like a large lifted truck, I have to get benches off on both sides. It's a lot of walking back and forth, blah blah blah. But a smaller, like a sedan or a coupe, front windshield, 45 minutes to an hour. Hand cut. Yeah, I very rarely hand cut though, actually. No, that's not true. Not for front windshields. Yeah, see, look at that. Derek says he can do a front windshield in 30 to 40 minutes. Boss. So he thinks he's slow. That means I'm super slow. But I charge well. Like my live what is that? Where's like a little piece of metal. I don't know what that is. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I appreciate you guys joining us here in tonight's Tuesday night live stream. Again, my name is Patrick Latman. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, 1,000 welcomes. If you're on YouTube, make sure to sub to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever I go live. If you're into gaming stuff with watching a mediocre gaming streamer, feel free to join us when I game, because I just have fun and like that portion. If you guys are on Facebook, thank you very much. Window Tinting Business, the Facebook group, and the business page as well. I'll be back next Tuesday. Announcement, I am going to be doing a interview this Thursday with Kyle Whalen. Very interesting. We're going to be talking about the long and the short is that Kyle Whalen had a brick and mortar shop for years and years, and he just switched to mobile. Why? What was the thought behind it? I don't know. We're gonna find out. So that's gonna be Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna be doing an interview live with Kyle Whalen, so that'll be fun as well. But besides that, I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. I love you guys. Be safe, and I will talk to y'all soon. Yeah, bye, guys. Where the hell is it? There it is.